Hey team, how's it going? Happy New Year. This is going to be my first video of the year. It's a little new segment called Technical Thursdays. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can. Hopefully I'll be getting better at being consistent with these videos. I've just been doing a lot since November of last year and trying to prepare for the new year with the new apps and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to try to use Technical Thursdays for is all the technical aspects of our business, okay? So everything from, how to access your pay stubs on ADP, how to request time off, how to fill in your Google document sheets, and everything in between to how to properly tie a garbage bag or change garbage and tie garbage. And of course, I'm going to use today's first segment on how to use our new app, Swept. So hopefully everybody has downloaded Swept now, and I think everyone has had the opportunity. I think there's maybe one person, two people have not had the opportunity to use the app yet. But yeah, so let's get right into it, and I want to explain. I want to try to see if I can answer most of your questions. But yeah, let's jump right into it. The home screen of your Swept app. You have 4 tabs here, or tabs or options that you can choose: locations, location messages, your schedule, and timesheets. What I like about this app over Chronotech is that when you go to locations, you will be able to see all the locations that you only have access to. So in Chronotech, we had access to, or everyone had access to almost every facility. And that led to errors when you guys were clocking in. Sometimes you would clock in at the wrong facility. So this kind of eliminates that. You will only be able to see the facilities that I give you access to for your shift. When we go into location messages, this is, this is a pretty cool part of the app as well. So some of you do, some of you do the same facility. And what I mean by that is we have some team members who, one team member will do the facility on a Monday, the other team member will do a facility on the Wednesday, and another team member will actually do the same facility on a Friday. So what this will allow you to do is, let's say the facility, the team member who cleans the facility on the Monday notices something weird, right? They can, put in a message because team member B and C also have access to the same facility. They will get a notification as clean member A or team member A uploads any kind of updates, which is kind of nice. So what I would suggest is, if you are in that situation where you know that you clean a facility on, let's say, a Tuesday and somebody else cleans a facility on a Friday, and you think there's something that, that's important that you should be updating me as well as that other team member. Maybe there's a new room, or maybe the storage room is no longer a room and it's an office and we need to start cleaning it. That kind of information would be helpful to not only myself, but the other team member as well. So when you start a shift, it's kind of helpful if you come to this location or this option, first, to see if there's any messages. Next, it'll be your schedule. So here you'll see your schedule for the upcoming week. The one thing I want everyone to understand about the schedule and the times that you may see here is that the only time that is important, the only 2 times that are important for you, is your start time and the time it takes for you to do the facility. Okay, because sometimes I'm getting some of these, concerns about, oh, Chris, you didn't give me enough time to drive from one location to the next location. Or, Chris, how do I know how long to be at a facility because now this app doesn't have a stopwatch like Chronotech did. So I'm going to address the travel time. I'm not concerned about the travel time because the travel time is recorded by the software itself. I don't know how fast you drive. I don't know how slow you drive. I don't know if there's construction on the highway. I don't know if there's an accident on the highway. I don't know if you take a quick little smoke break. I don't know all these variables that could happen in between a facility. So all I can do is just put down what I think or Google's reasonable time to get to your next location. If it takes you 20 minutes, it takes you 20 minutes. Okay. If Google says it should take you 15 minutes, but it takes you 20 minutes. I'm not concerned with that, and I don't think you guys should be concerned with that either. You just finish your facility and you move on to your next facility. Okay, because I can't micromanage everyone's travel variables, right? Or your speed, highway traffic, or street traffic. I just weather. I just can't do that. So don't worry about it. Even if you finish your facility, let's say 10 minutes after, and, now, oh my God, I got to get to the next facility in 5 minutes. This kind of, thoughts is just, it's just too much stress for you. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. The number one important thing is your start time for any shift. So if you see here on Friday, this cleaner starts at 5 p.m., that's your time that you start at. What if you can get there earlier? Well, if you can get there earlier, and depending on if the facility is closed, then perfect. Go on in and get there earlier. But I'm not going to change your schedule next week to 4 o'clock or 4:30, just because, again, I'm not going into this system every single week, changing it from 4:30 to 5, back to 4:30, back to 5. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. Everyone here on my team, you're here because I trust you. So, basically the honor system, you're showing up, you're clocking in because you're physically at that facility, or you got there a little bit earlier, you got off work, you got off school, whatever the case is. Okay. The second number, or the second time that you should be worried about, is how long it takes. So I've explained this before, in other, Tuesday minutes. If your shift says 6 to 9, you need to be there for 6 to 9. It is not a race to see how fast you can mop floors, or you can, do a facility and get out and in 45 minutes. The client has an expectation of time, right? So again, you start at 6. You don't need a stopwatch to tell you that you're done at 9 o'clock, or that you've been here for 3 hours. Let's say for today's shift, right here, 6 to 9. You don't need a stopwatch for that. You started at 6. You should be leaving close to 9, because that's what the client expects, and that's what I expect. That's why I put the scheduled time in here. That's your schedule. Okay. So yeah, don't worry about all those little things, about the travel time in between and the stopwatch. Just focus on the time. So again, if you don't get to, let's say here on Friday, you don't get to Drury Lane until 6:50. Well, you still know it's an hour and 45 minutes. So, just do the time. It's an hour and 45 minutes. You got to be there an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. The last one was, what do we have here? Timesheets. So timesheets will just show you basically the date range, how many hours you worked in that date range, where you worked. And this is kind of good just in case if you're like, holy crap, I forgot to clock in, last week at this location. You can then let me know. And it is your responsibility to let me know if you've missed anything. Again, I'm not going to go back and, look at other people's. Unless you just say, hey, Chris, I forgot, then I will remember. But if you don't do that, then there's nothing I can do. Your hours will be posted on the next pay. Okay, so make sure to clock in and out. So let's talk about signing in real quick. So we're going to go to our schedule, and you need to sign in from the schedule. I know you can do it from the locations menu, but you need to do it from the schedule menu, because under the schedule menu, if we have to clean a certain room, let's say there's a boardroom we clean like every other Tuesday, I can put a little label here on your schedule that reminds you that you have to clean that boardroom because it's that time. If you clock in from the locations, there is no reminders there. So it's very important that you guys clock in from the schedule tab, okay? So we're gonna go in. Let's go into, let me see if I can go back. No, you can't go back. Okay, so let's go into NedCO here. You're going to have two options here to sign in. Actually, it's only one option to sign in. The sign-in is the sign-in. The security option allows you to view alarm codes, door codes, gate codes, any kind of code that you would need to access your building. Okay, so if you've never been to a facility before, I would suggest that before you open the door and then you access the security information, access the security information first. Make sure your alarm code is right. Then go ahead, get in the building and disarm. Sign in is pretty explanatory. You just hit the button like Chronotech. But at the bottom here, we have sections called instructions. So not everyone's instructions is up. Again, it's a work in progress right now. But once it is up, you're gonna see all the instructions on how to clean this facility or what is expected from the client. The other cool thing down here at the bottom is your supplies. So when you order supplies, the supplies, as you can see at the top here, is just for NedCO. So this is not supplies for a whole other facility. You'll have to let me know at the end of every shift what you need for that facility, okay? So everything that you need is in here. The one thing I did want to talk about quickly is the vacuum bags, right? So let's say you go to NedCO and then after this you're going to another facility. You only need to let me know that you need a vacuum bag at one location. I'm going to assume you just need a vacuum bag for your one vacuum. You don't need to go to the next facility and say, Chris, I need a vacuum bag here. Chris, I need a vacuum bag here, because you don't. You only have one vacuum. You don't need 3 vacuum bags, okay? So that's just one thing I just wanted to let everybody know here. Just select one when you need it. And then you go ahead and submit the supply request. So this kind of eliminates the Google spreadsheets, which I think is gonna be kind of nice. There was errors on there as well. And then this is also another area where you can type in your messages. So you can actually go ahead if there's like, again, door left open. You can attach a photo. You can mark it as urgent, or you can, a message that says, let's say you're the person, you're looking for the garbage bags. You can be like, hey, Chris, where are the garbage bags? But then let's say Andrea also has access to NedCO and she knows where the garbage bags is. She will also get this message, and then she can also respond, because I might not be always able to respond. So this is one of the other reasons why I wanted to go with this app, because it just promotes group communication. I trust in everybody's judgment. I trust that, you guys actually probably provide way more value than I do, only because you guys are physically at the locations every day. You're seeing if rooms are being changed into offices. You're seeing if offices are being, boarded up. Maybe they don't use this room no more, right? You're seeing when they add extra garbage cans and when they don't, and, if the supplies are, like, you guys see all of that. So the best way for others to find out this information is sometimes not through me, but through other people that actually do that facility. Okay, guys, so this is it. Hope everybody has downloaded the app. Bear with us, or bear with me. There's going to be glitches. Nothing ever runs smoothly when we first start. But yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, please just let me know and we'll get through them all together. All right, guys, take care. Thank you.